So, I'm just going to ramble for a few minutes and let you know how my intuition came to be. So, when I was very young, I was able to pick up on sensing things like, this person over here was actually murdered by this person over there. The body was buried here. That kind of thing I would pick up on. And then as I got older, I feel like I lost touch with all of it. But yet, when my daughter was diagnosed with diabetes, I would just wake up intuitively, knowing that she was low, go check her, and of course she was low, so I would help. Um, and I had that knowing for a while, and then all of a sudden, my niece died. She died suddenly in a car accident. Now, the day that she passed was the oddest thing. We kept hearing a certain song on the radio. My son was home with me that day, kept hearing a certain song on the radio, and then all of a sudden that night, after being fine all day, I just got really feeling like I was really sick. Like I was overcome, feeling like the flu and the cold and everything, and then I got the call. After that, my intuition for my daughter seemed to disappear. So now fast forward a few years, and I'm in a new house, and I start sensing a presence in my bedroom as I'm asleep. And so I knew enough to tell it to go away. And then I talked to some friends that had a bit of intuition, and they would tell me, you know what, if you don't want to deal with it, tell it to go away, tell it to go to the light. So I did. So things like this would happen. And then after that, I started getting odd things happening, like all of a sudden I'd be driving and I'd get certain tastes in my mouth. And then I met a friend of mine, and her and I, the vibes that we had together, we were able to pick up stuff. And then all of a sudden, entities started coming to me and talking to me, telling me stories. I would try and meditate, and then I'd get a whole visual of, unfortunately, someone's death. And different things kept happening, and it was different each time. So I had the tastes, I had the visits in the bed, I was in a psyche session, and all of a sudden an entity came through and started telling me her story, her name, how old she was, where she was deceased. And through learning techniques that I have learned to heal, I was able to tell her how to heal, how to forgive the person that unfortunately hurt her, and how to move and on to the past, because obviously she was stuck in this realm. So I was able to tell her that, and then all of a sudden I saw a different color light and she disappeared. So yeah, it keeps coming to me in different ways. I was able to actually pick up and have it plays like a movie in my head. With my one girlfriend, I was able to pick up her journey into the hospital, and I was able to connect with her mom. I've been able to connect with my other friend's father, who deceased recently. And I would say the most interesting thing as of late has been when I encountered an individual. All of a sudden, I start picking up his past life, what he had done in his past life, how it had happened, what realm he comes from. And I was just getting these automatic downloads. So that's a little bit into my journey. I use the cards. I use a pendulum when I do cards, just to confirm that what I'm getting is what I'm getting. But each time I do a reading, it could be a different sense. Sometimes I may just know information, sometimes it may just come to me, or sometimes I do need the cards to clarify. So I just wanted to share that, because I know at some point in time I thought maybe I was losing my mind, until I started talking to people that have the gift and could explain to me either they've experienced that way or they've heard of it. So from my experience, and from also joining, I joined a transformational arts college so that I could be with like-minded people. And in talking to different people, they have different lights, as you know, clairsentient, clairvoyant, all of the five clairs. I actually think there's six. I think there was one that isn't well known. But my understanding is that as you're developing it, and as you heal your past trauma, your powers become stronger. And my understanding is that you'll become prevalent in one or more, like usually two at tops, is my understanding. But when you're learning and let's say, exploring your craft or learning more or experiencing more, you'll get different ways that the information will come through. So anyways, I hope that's helpful for you. I just wanted to tell you what my journey is. Usually mine is a knowing, and then as of late I get these downloads. And also, you know what, the big thing that was for me is I get confirmation all along the back of my head, to basically confirm that what I'm saying is accurate. So anyways, I hope that helps. Have a good one.